Audio is an important element of any video production. You can afford to have a bad video, but you cannot afford to have a bad audio. That is why audio is so critical in any production. Is a film, is a interview, is a like even talking here like this, regardless of what you're doing. If it involves video production, then audio is just so important. And so today I will be talking about an audio recorder that I just invested in, and this is my first time of using the Tascam DR10 Pro. So I'll be sharing with you, I'll be unboxing this audio recorder and we'll go through the features, and I'll be able to tell you guys also test the most important thing of this audio recorder, which is the sound. I mean, that's the main reason why you want to buy this kind of audio recorder. So without any further ado, let's get down into today's review. Hello everyone, my name is Kalawi and I am a hybrid shooter, so I do both photos and video. And today I want to talk about the Tascam DR10L Pro. Now this is an on-field recorder and it's an easy to use recorder, but there are different features that have been added to this DR10L Pro. Now there was an earlier version of this DR10 Pro that was released way back. I never bought the DR10L, but it was such a popular audio recorder that I considered so many times investing in it. However, I eventually did not buy it because I went on to buy the DJI, which I love to use. However, recently, I would say about a few months ago, I changed my workflow. Now I included what we call the time code element into my own production, and having done that right now, having changed the time code, I now enjoy the benefit of using time code all the time. And in order to just capitalize on the time code that I'm using constantly, so what I've decided to do is to make sure I upgraded my audios as well. So I want to make sure that all my audio devices also have the ability to take advantage of the time code. So that is one of the reasons why I've decided to go for this Tascam DR10 Pro. So the first thing is, let's unbox this as well. We're going to go ahead and unbox this. So this is how it came in the box. The other device that I'll be unboxing today is a Tascam AKBT1. Now this is a Bluetooth device. I'll be unboxing that as well. But first of all, let's start with this Tascam 10L Pro. So I'm just going to take this out. And this is what we have in the box. So we have the manual that we don't usually use. So this is the manual itself. So we have the manual there. Okay. And then we have some cord here. So we have this cord. I'm just going to take this one. So here we have the cord itself. So this is the lavalier mic. So this is the lavalier mic itself. Hope you guys can see, and these are just the accessory with the lavalier mic as well. Okay. So here is the mic. So this is the audio recorder itself. So that's the Tascam DR10L itself, and it looks amazing. It looks awesome. So that is the recorder itself. Okay. And then we have this USB-C to Type A cord as well. So, and then finally we have this one. So I'm just going to tear this open. So I'm going to put all this by the side. So this is everything that you get in the box when you buy it. So like I said, this is so tiny. You guys can see this. I mean, you guys can see that this is so tiny, and it's just tick all the boxes that you guys can see. Like, I mean, it's just convenient for me. This is very convenient to use, and I just love the way it looks overall. And so that's a good thing, right? So I'm going to put this. So we have this already and we know what we have got here. So this is just to clip it on your clothes and everything like that. So this is what this one is for. I'm just going to move it to right. So just to clip it right. And that is what that is for. Okay. And this is the lavalier mic once more again. And yeah. So that's that. So now what I'm going to do is just to put this by the side. I'm going to come back to that and I'm just going to unbox this as well. So now we have this Bluetooth. I actually ordered 2 of them too, and the reason is just that I want to use them for weddings and interviews. And for weddings, I would like to have like 4 of these or 5 of these. The reason is that you want to mic the bride and the groom, and you want to mic the officiant or pastor or bishop, whoever is going to be officiating as well. So you need another person, another one for that. You might want to mic the father of the groom, or maybe one parent on one side, or whichever you choose to use, or you can just want to have extra with you. So that's why it's important to have multiple mics. You cannot have enough of mics, in my own opinion. So if you have a lot of audio recorder, I think is very good. I mean, there's no disadvantage in having as many, but these things are quite expensive. So this is the Bluetooth itself. So I will show you where the Bluetooth goes to very soon. So this is the Bluetooth itself right here. So this is sold separately. The Bluetooth is sold separately, so it's not part of when you buy the Tascam itself. Okay, so right now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put everything back right there. So I'm just gonna open this one, right? So this is where we have so I wanna see how to open this one. So this is where the Bluetooth device goes into. So I just need to find a way to take this off. Okay, now it's finally off. Come on off. So ideally, I'm just gonna put, I think it's the other way around. Okay, so that's gone in. Let me see. Yeah. Now we have that in now. So let me just show you guys that. Right. So right now I'm even using the time code for this recording. So I've got a video, one video angle right from here. I've got one in front of me right here, and I've got one just above me right here, just recording these things that I put on the table itself. Okay, so this is the Tascam himself, and I just love how tiny this looks as well. So okay, so we're gonna leave this on the table right here, and I'm just gonna put everything back, the audio and everything. And what I want to talk about next is that, first of all, let's talk about the price. So the price is for these, I think there's a discount on it right now, because usually you get this for around, I think around $220 or $219, but I bought this one for $185 each one of them. So I bought 2, so you can see. And then you have to buy the Bluetooth as well. This goes for around, I think around £28. So if you add that to that, I think it's around 200 and maybe 10 or below that. So that's how much you spend on one. And if you add them together, you're looking at £400 plus. And so that's the price on its own. And you know, before buying this, I consider other audio recorder as well. And like Tentacle Sync is something that I love to use a lot. I have one of the Tentacle Sync right here, but I wanted to buy the Track E. So the Track E is also similar to this one. It's an audio recorder, but also have ability to use time code. But the reason why I didn't go for that is that would have been my first choice, but because of the price. Now, one of that will cost you around $350, but buying 2 of these is almost like one price of that one. And at this point in time, I actually need like 2. So I thought like, okay, for now I'm going to get just 2 of these. And as time goes by, I'll be able to probably buy another Track E and then add it to this one, because if you're in the Track E ecosystem, which is the Tentacle Sync, I just love that system. They're very simple to use. They work with like Android and iPhone, and everything just is seamless and it's just easy to use. And they are also a timecode generator and a receiver as well, whereby this one is just a timecode receiver. So one thing that I've not mentioned yet is that the Tascam DR10L Pro comes with a mobile app. The mobile app is available on the iPhone, but I'm not sure about the Android, but I think it's available on the Android as well. This app allows you to control almost everything on the device, but not everything. So for instance, you cannot listen to the audio on the mobile app. Like when you're recording, you cannot actually listen whether into the volume of your audio. If your audio is recordable, you can see the waveform. You will know that it's recording, but you cannot just listen to the voice. However, you can listen to the audio on the device itself. Apart from that, you can do almost everything. You can press record. You can set your local filter. You can, set preset. You can lock the device itself. You can do pretty much every other thing that you want to do. And I think it's a good device overall. I mean, it's a good app overall, and I like it. But why did I buy? What are the things that made me buy the Tascam 10L Pro? Now, the first reason is because of the time code, like I've been saying, because of the time code capability. Now, it can take time code through a Bluetooth device. So this is a Bluetooth generator. It will transfer the time code from this one into this Tascam. So this is how it's gonna go. So they give the Ultra Sync will generate time code, which then the Tascam will be able to use via Bluetooth. So that is the number one reason. The number two reason is because of the 32-bit float. Now, if you don't know what the 32-bit float means, it just means that it's kind of, I would say, your audio being recorded in a raw format, which will give you more latitude, it will give you more dynamic range. So, for instance, it will be difficult for your audios to distort. And even if it distort, you can, bring it down in post and normalize it, and the distortion will be gone. And then you still maintain the quality of your audio without introducing noise. That is the key word, without introducing noise. Because the other audio device that doesn't have 32-bit float can also do that. But the problem is that they will start to introduce a lot of noise, whereby you'll be hearing some underneath, and that can ruin your audio. But with the 32-bit float, you can be rest assured that you're still going to get clean, good audio out of that. And if your audio is too low as well, you can raise it and normalize it, and then you will still not introduce noise into your audio. So for me, that's the second reason. That is important. The whole idea of this thing is to get good quality audio for my client, and which will make my whole production even much better as well. So that's the whole purpose. So the third reason why I bought this is because of the battery life itself. If you're using lithium battery, now this is using AAA battery, and it's using two of them. Now, if you're using lithium battery, it will take you up to 24 hours. 24 hours. For me, that is a long time. And that's 2 days, more than even 2 days in some occasion. And recently I did an event whereby I had to do 2 days, and it was long days, and I struggled to charge every of my devices. Having this one will have saved my life. So even in video production, anytime you don't have to worry about battery, it's a good thing, because it's one less worry. If you have to worry about battery, it's not a good thing at all. So that's the third reason. The fourth reason is because of the micro SD card. It's an extended one, so you can record. It's got up to 512 gigabyte that you can record up to. In most of the pro consumer devices in this range, most of them can only take up to like 32 gig. And because you're recording in 32-bit float most of the time, you might not have, you might finish it within hours. But if you're able to buy the 512 one, which will still be cheap because micro SD at least cheaper, and you can go for days recording in high quality audio with a lot of space. For me, it's another thing I don't want to worry about, and for me, it's a good thing. Now, the fifth thing, and I think one of the most important thing, is that it saves your audio file every 20 seconds. Just imagine that, every 20 seconds, and it will not create a new file every 20 seconds, but it will still save it to the main file every 20 seconds. Now you might be thinking, oh, what is so great about that? The issue is that if anything happens to this device, let's say the battery died or something happened, as long as you can quickly fix it, you will only lose 20 seconds. I think 20 seconds is nothing. I did an event maybe like maybe 2-3 years ago, whereby something happened in the hall that we're doing something. The audio board of the DJ just went off, and all my sound were plugged into that, and I didn't have another option, and that is how we lost most of the audio. It wasn't my fault, but the couple would not want to hear that. At the end of the day, you have been paid to get the job done. So thankfully I had another wireless mic that I just plugged through my camera, and that was the audio I used eventually. If I not had that, I would have been in total mess. So all I'm saying is that the ability to be saving your audio every 20 seconds is a great deal. For me, those are the main reason why I bought this. I think the next thing is to now talk about who is this for. Now, throughout this video, you guys will have been seeing when I'm using the Tascam 10L Pro, just to show you guys a sample of the sound quality that is coming out of this device. And I've not done much of processing on it at all. I've just normalized it in a little way, and that was all I've done. And you guys can see the sound quality coming out of it as well. So who is this recorder for? Now, if you're doing any kind of event, I think this one is for you, because it will be good for people that are doing event. Now, for me, where I'll be using it is like wedding, podcast, corporate interviews. These are my main areas of using it. I will use it to mic, the bride and the groom. For podcast, it's a backup. For wedding, it's a backup as well. So because you are not meant to have one source of audio as well, you're meant to have multiple ones. In case one fail, you should still have another one. But you want to make sure that your backup is as good as the first one, because if your main audio fails and your backup is rubbish, then your work will still be viewed as rubbish. So you need to protect yourself. Most of these events they cannot redo them. For example, weddings, you cannot tell the couple to redo their weddings. So these are very important things in the life of someone that you need to be very careful and make sure you look after them. They are paying for the services. They don't have to worry about whether you are recording audio. That's none of their business. So for me personally, these are the things that I think is important as well. So overall, those are the people that I think needs to buy it. If you're doing events, if you're doing podcasts, and if you think you can afford it as well, which I don't think is expensive, this is just the entry level when it comes to on-field recorder like this. These are entry level. So if you cannot afford this, and I mean, there are more expensive ones. They're like £600, even more expensive than that, on this same range. So especially those ones that are UHF, they're much expensive. So being able to have this one and having the ability for time code, having that 32-bit flow, having a long battery life, for me, these are very important for me, and I will be putting this to test in a real life situation. Now I'm testing it today, which is in a control environment. I'm using multiple cameras today. I have one camera here, camera angle here, one camera angle here, and I have one just on top of me, and I'm recording two audio separately. I'm recording an audio through this Tascam, and I'm also using my Tascam X8, which is an Android recorder right here. So I'm using those two to have different audios, and that's why I'm able to show you guys when I'm using the Tascam 10L Pro and when I'm using the Tascam X8 as well. I hope this review has been able to help you to make a better decision maybe if you're planning to buy audio, maybe you're watching this because you're doing some form of content and you're looking for an audio device, I think this device will be a great one for you based on everything on paper. I'll still have one more review after this based on this one, which I will call a long-term review, because I'm going to put it to spaces to test in different situations, in different scenario in the next 2-3 months, and then hopefully I'll be able to come back and tell you guys more about my findings if my opinion has changed. But so far, from having using it, and I think it's great already, and it's just doing what I expect it to do. This is what I need in my own workflow. Like I said, you don't need to go out and buy this if you don't need it. And secondly, what is your workflow like? If you're already happy with your workflow or you don't have any issues with it, you don't need to upgrade. You don't need to buy these things. They are just tools. But when you need it, you know you need it. And that's the way I will put it. Thank you for joining me on this review today. And until next time, I'll see you guys. Before I go, please don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed this review. Apart from that, if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.